Hello everybody, this is Chaos with Chaos Esports Productions, bringing you a special video today. We have a replay submitted by Microgamer's manager, wanted me to take a look at this replay, and we have Microgamer's PiLiPiLi going up against Root Gaming's Caliber, so I'm pretty excited to be casting this game. For any of you who don't know, Microgamers actually participates in the Top Dog League, which I catch for on Tuesday evenings at around 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so feel free to check out Thunderdog Esports and take a look and see all of the fun League Series games that are out there. So let's go ahead and introduce our players. Spawning in the lower portion here on Polar Night Ladder Edition, it is going to be Root Gaming's Caliber. And spawning in the northern portion, in the blue trunks, it is going to be Microgamer's PiLiPiLi. So we've got a ZVP here on Polar Night, which is probably actually one of my favorite maps to play this matchup. I like playing a little bit more on the Protoss side, so, you know, a little bias here. But we'll have to see how things go. Now, I've been told this is quite an epic game, so we will have to see whether or not the manager of Microgamers is really leading me on, or we'll see. So, pretty normal stuff. We're got a gateway opening, which is actually pretty non-typical on this map. A lot of times you'll actually see the Forge Fast Expand on this map a lot more frequently than you do for the gateway expand, simply just because it's a pretty close spawning map. It looks like PiLiPiLi's trying to do a little bit of harassment and deny that expansion from going down, and Caliber actually just going out for a drum scout. So, kind of interesting. We're probably going to be taking a look. Let's see, he's headed to, check out on that natural for PiLiPiLi. So he's just basically trying to keep tabs on what's going on, and Root Caliber is going to go ahead and put down his natural expansion, like most Zerg players tend to do. So he's definitely looking to play a little bit more mineral heavy, as he's not gotten gassed yet. Not going to be going for too early of a speed. So not going to be seeing a whole lot of early aggression, but we'll have to see how it pans out. Now, natural expansion is going to go down for PiLiPiLi. He's going to start getting this wall up as we normally see in this matchup. It'll be interesting to see what he goes for. So he's got one assimilator down. Usually for this type of build, you tend to go for two assimilators, so it looks like he's going to be very gateway focused here in the early game, and we'll have to see how that pans out moving on. So a couple links going to come out, deny a little bit of that scouting from PiLiPiLi, and then just get general map control. And we do have a really early third base. This is usually, you know, pretty comfortable in this matchup. You know, by not getting the gases early, you're a lot heavier in minerals, and if you can easily afford that third base, no big deal. So Queen's coming out. Pretty standard opening at this point. Now I'm really surprised that there isn't a wall here so far. A lot of times this wall will come down really quickly, and it looks like PiLiPiLi's going to go ahead and transfer some drones and maybe just poke at these lings a little bit. But the Zealot will be able to kind of fend off Caliber's lings. Now, Caliber is going to get in here and actually get a pretty decent scout, as he's going to see pretty much everything that's going on. Now, as of right now, PiLiPiLi hasn't put down any tech, which is a little bit odd. Usually we start to see some sort of tech come out at this point. So Caliber is probably a little bit confused by that, but we'll have to see how he chooses to react. Third expansion going to be finishing up here very shortly, and yeah, things are just kind of mellowing out. We do have our first gas being taken, and only one gas. Now, gas for Zerg usually come down at around the 6-minute mark if they're going to be teching up to things like Hydra or Roaches. So this will be interesting to see when he decides to throw on that second gas and then get up into lair tech. So this could just mean he wants to get maybe a later speed, have a little bit more map control. It does look like PiLiPiLi wants to go ahead and push out a little bit just to see if we can get anything going on now. The Ling that was sitting out here is going to get denied, and it looks like PiLiPiLi is going to try and put a little bit of pressure onto the third base. Hasn't scouted it yet, but it has a pretty good idea that it's here, as he is going to walk in here, pretty much see everything that's going on. Actually, he's going to go ahead and plant down a really forward pylon. So we'll have to see whether or not this can get taken down. Now, we do have Stargate Tech coming out, so he's going to be doing a transition over to that. And with this many lings out, I think he's going to be pretty safe. Caliber's going to come in here and pretty much just deny everything. Didn't get a cancel on that pylon, which I kind of feel like he should have at this point. A whole bunch more Zealots going to be warped in to put on a little, continue the pressure. It looks like PiLiPiLi is just going to have to back off at this point. So Root Calibur's definitely doing a pretty good job holding that third, and doesn't look like he's going to have to deal with anything. 24 more Lings on the way. Holy cow. Do we have a Baneling nest out yet? I mean, he's pulled out of gas, so he doesn't appear to be going... Yeah, he's just going to go for... I guess he thinks maybe he can get in with a Ling bust? I don't know. We'll have to see. So, yeah, Root Calibur's definitely going to be applying a significant amount of pressure here shortly, as there's... How many Lings are... 49 Lings out so far, so looks like the Mothership Core wants to deny a little bit of creep. He's going to get back off for now. A whole bunch more Zealots being warped in. A couple sitting back here by the pylon. So, we do have speed just now finishing up and our Force Void Ray out, so it looks like Calibur wants to go ahead and abandon this third base. Looks like he just wants to go for the full-on aggression, as the Lings are probably going to be getting that nice little speed boost here very shortly. Wow! And they're going to come in here and try and get some damage done. Now, there is a full wall off here, so the gateways are going to have to take some damage. We do have 2 sentries being warped in. The Zealots back here are coming back to try and get some of the, you know, kind of meet this wall. And he's definitely going to have to be very careful not to lose these gateways. Once these gateways go down, it's going to be a lot of a bit problem. Now, a lot of these Lings are getting in here into a very, very nice clump, and some very nicely placed force field will be able to deal with this. Gateways are all going down. Tons of Lings out at this point. There are 77 Lings. Will PiLiPiLi be able to hold it? Some very nice force fields holding so far, but will there be enough? The Lings really aren't doing anything. They're just running up against the force field. They're not attacking anything. They're trying to get this pylon down as quickly as possible. Bunch more buildings being warped in. The Ling count is slowly depleting little by little, and the Zealots are now starting to go to town. The Ling count is just absolutely dropping significantly. Only 32 left, and I believe this is going to be a hold, and Calibur is actually a little bit on the behind. You know, with the drone count is significantly less. It's going to be really hard for him to come back from this. I mean, I guess at this point, he's going to have to start droning up again, because I'm not sure what happened there. There's not a whole lot of drones there. Do we have a small counterattack? I must have missed a counterattack, because, man, that was just intense. Lots of action going at the front. I mean, the number of pylons here is just obscene. So we'll have to see whether or not PiLiPiLi is going to be able to actually push out and do some damage with this. More Void Rays being produced at this point, as well as a handful more, lots more gateways. Whoa, PiLiPiLi is going to be putting on the pressure here shortly. And this game's been pretty exciting so far. Overlord's is going to get taken out by that Void Ray, so Root Calibur definitely needs to be wary of his Overlords, as they're not that far spread out on the map. Pretty good creep spread at this point. Probably it's about a third of the map covered. And at this point, he's just going to fall back, get up a couple of extractors, and now start to switch over into that Roach Tech that we talked about earlier. He did finally get, you know, his main back up to snuff. We do have a macro hatch going down, and you know, being 2-base Zerg versus 2-base Protoss, it's going to be really, really hard for him to come back from this. He really needs to get something accomplished. Looks like he's going to double-check, make sure that the third of PiLiPiLi is not up yet. And, you know, he's got to be thinking at this point, like, what do I do? You know, I'm pretty much strictly on Lings. His Roach Warren just now finished. 8 Roaches on the way. Lots of sentries. And Void Rays are definitely coming out, so PiLiPiLi definitely looking to start to put on the aggression. Now, Roaches aren't going to really be very effective. You know, the added Void Rays mixed into this composition is definitely a nice rounding out of this army. So it'll be interesting to see how this engagement actually takes place. Now, Calibur just doing his job, keeping his eyes on what's going on in the field. We do have a forward pylon going down. It looks like he's going to try and swing around and, yeah, take out that pylon. A couple more forward pylons going to be planted. That is going to get taken out. Not canceled, so yeah, and it looks like he just wants to try and get something done. Now, as far as attacking into this, there's really no reason to. just with the pure number of cannons that are here and the way that this wall is, there's really nothing he can get accomplished in a very efficient time manner. A couple pylons going to be going down, and it does look like PiLiPiLi is going to go ahead and move into this. Now, a whole bunch of spore crawlers out to try and add force fields going down, and the roaches are kind of getting dissected a little bit. A lot of these roaches are kind of in the back area, really not getting anything done. And the Void Rays are just going to town. Some very nice force fields. Now the Lings coming in from behind. Is there enough? The Lings are getting some of the sentries, but it just appears that there's just too much here. PiLiPiLi is marching through. Now, those Spore Crawlers definitely did their money's worth as all of the Void Rays are down. A couple of Force Fields going down to parse off some of these drones, and it doesn't look like there's much that Caliber can do. And I think PiLiPiLi's done it. He's pushed in here even after that really, really heavy initial attack put out by Caliber. It just appears that PiLiPiLi was able to get through and muster up an attack that Caliber just simply couldn't deal with. And it's not GGing just yet, and there's the GG. So I hope you guys enjoyed this cast today. Feel free to hit that subscriber button if you want to see more StarCraft 2 stuff. Also, if you enjoyed, feel free to hit that like button. Share with your friends on Facebook and Twitter. You know, I enjoy casting these games. If you would like me to cast one of your games, feel free to send those replays to the email in the description. I'd be more than happy to do a cast of those. If you would like, you can just leave in the description of the email whether or not you want me to just cast it normally, or if you'd like some feedback, I'd be more than happy to give you some tips, tricks, things like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys on the next game.